panel is happy to bring you this match, which, if it lives up to expectations, should be a real humdinger, shouldn't it, Jim?
Hi, Bob. Hi, everyone. My answer would be like every Blood Bowl match. Blood, sweat, tears, a bull, apothecaries on standby. What more can you ask for?
When you look at the difference between the sides, you have to wonder how many players will finish this match.
They should all finish it, but in what state? That's the point.
Every now and again, Blood Bowl throws up a real mixed bag of a team.
Like the Motley Horde that's made up of a bunch of misfits.
Yeah, can't be easy to coach those cast-offs every day of the week. And they're off! The Blood Bowl annals are littered with the stories of teams who've gone bust with crippling debts.
And with the cost of doping and bribery on the rise, the problem won't be going away. That right hook was worthy of a black orc.
You're telling me it'll take a while to get over it.
Nice left punch, right on the nose.
Sure was, Jim. It's broken now. No doubt Tomolandry, the necromancer, is the most famous undead coach out there.
Of course, Bob. He's the head coach of Champions of Death.
Not only that, Jim, he was the first necromancer to resurrect a dozen skeletons and give them knowledge of the game, a trend that was quickly followed.
Clean take up there. Nothing to say.
And I don't have any remark to add, my friend.
Did you hear about the Evil Gits? The team that is made up of the mix of evil players?
Their fans won the Most Evil Supporters of the Year award. Fully merited from what I've seen.
That face job is a lot cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
I don't know if he planned it, but it won't do him any harm in the looks department.
We don't see much of the heroes of law these days.
No, I don't know.
For any spectators who aren't aware, the heroes of law hope to show the world a better way by honest, strategic play on the pitch.
It's probably a good thing we don't see them. Boom! In the face, and then followed by a clean uppercut. Well done!
lads, they're red hot. A majority of supporters reckon that the league should take measures to prevent the small minority of peaceful fans from watching a match from the terraces.
They've got a point. If they don't want to join in the fun, they might as well stay home and watch it on Cablevision. That's what happens when a pro crosses an amateur.
Yes, splodge. There's one that lets his biceps do the talking.
Yeah, but from his opponent's point of view, it was a short conversation.
Wizards have not always been able to cast spells safely from behind the sidelines. Were you playing at the time in an Albion League, a second division that prohibited spellcasting from off the pitch?
Oh, yes. They were great times. I remember fans traveling to games just to see how well Wizards stood up to the mad charge of a raving Blood Bowl star. The noise created by a sizzling fireball, followed by the characteristic sound of the snapping of a wizard's neck. As physical as this, the player is really in the right place.
Exactly, it's really ugly.
You think he'll be able to get up after that blow, Jim?
Oh, yes. He's not the sort to stay down. Now, there's one that won't be coming back in a hurry. Did you hear about Helmet Tough as Nails Wolf, the madly sadistic chainsaw-swinging star?
Oh, he's still ready to hire himself out, even if it means scything lizardmen's heads whose scales, as he always complains, damage his chainsaw, all for the love of sport. What violence!
Yes! It's a great spectacle, Bob. Did you know know that champions of Death's mummies are rediscovered Blood Bowl players?
Yes, of course, Jim. Everyone knows they're 8,000 years old.
I guess that makes it old news, Bob.
That's not funny, Jim. Seriously, you need some new material.
Yep, the ball is catched.
They say this player has the hands of a strangler, but knows how to use them for other things for sure. That should be part of a catching masterclass. His coach should buy him some trifocal glasses.
It seems this player does all the talking with the fists.
And they clearly know how to get heard.
The player gets hold of the ball. Today's insight comes from Jaime Schnivel, coach and owner of the Goblin Lowdown Rats team. In yesterday's Spike magazine, he said that Blood Bowl was like war. No winners, just survivors.
Oh, now that's deep. About as deep as his team's position in the rankings.
Look over there. Some cute little elf beauties are selling big moot sandwiches in the stands.
Hey, I'm off to get one. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
And so now you like big moot sandwiches?
Ah, no way. A little elf beauty, yeah.
Well, that's one with a good reason to go see the apothecary.
Yep, looks like he's gonna need a good one.
This player was really strong. Do you think they have some troll blood in them?
Could be. Or maybe his opponent shouldn't speak that way about the family.
Back in the days, there were no undead teams.
Could you perhaps explain why to the fans at home, Jim?
Ah, well, it's simple. There wasn't anyone around to raise the dead yet, Bob.
No, sorry, too complicated for me. Ouch! He's knocked him senseless.
You're assuming, then, that he had something between his ears to begin with.
Doping is really endemic in this sport.
Isn't it written into the game rules?
I think he's singing him a lullaby.
Instant stun!
What a sissy! That one can't hold the ground.
And don't forget, children, don't try and do this at home. Remember, these are seasoned professionals.
Well, one of them is anyway. There was a time when the colleges of magic hadn't yet ruled on limiting wizard assistants to teams.
Who could forget the infamous 2472 Quagmire incident, when rampant spellcasting caused the entire Bright Crusaders Stadium to sink into the earth?
Nobody could forget that. People were blinded for miles around the stadium.
Abattoir, 6 out.
They came, they played, and they won. Ha!
But where I heard that before, Bob?
They can't abandon the match. It isn't over yet.
If I might just point out that a coach does abandon a game when he wants it to end before time is up.
Don't be daft. It's not possible. How can you abandon a game before the time is up?
But that's just it.
They're not going to get out of it that easily.
No, Bob, Warning, warning, Bob's gone into berserker mode.